Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa and today I'm going to show you how I make tamales. It's my second time making tamales. I'm going to start off making the beef tamales and then I'm hoping to get to the green chicken tamales. Probably make some cheese ones after that. What I'm going to start off with doing is I already have my big pot of water boiling, and I have some beef chuck steak, but it all adds up to 3 pounds. And normally you can just toss this right into the boiling water, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it up into cubes. So what you can do to make it easier is, like I said, just toss in the meat directly and then fill it up with water afterwards so that you know how much water to put. So I'm just going to put the meat in the pot now. So I'm going to add 1/4 of an onion in there. About 1/4 of an onion, 4 garlic cloves to the water. Salt and pepper. About this much, but it's to your liking. I'm going to let that reach a boil and cook it on medium heat for about 2 hours until the meat is like super soft and falling apart. I'm going to get started on cooking our chicken. So I have here 3 chicken breasts and 2 chicken thighs. I might not use all the chicken breasts, but I'm still going to cook them. I have about 4 garlic cloves. Put that in the boiling chicken water. It's not boiling yet though. About another 1/4 of a large onion. A bay leaf, a small handful of cilantro, salt to taste. I took off a little bit of water just so that it's not overflowing. I'm going to just cover it a little bit. Just let that reach a boil. It's going to take about the same amount of time as beef, about 2 hours for it to cook. And yeah, that's about it. So we're just going to wait for that. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to use to make the red salsa for the beef tamales. I have 6 tomatoes that are clean and washed. I have 3 chiles California, 2 chiles pasilla, and I have about 4 chiles de árbol, and then I have garlic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove the stems and remove the seeds. To add 2 garlic cloves. I'm going to fill this up with water just to cover them, and then I'm going to start boiling. I'm going to show you guys how to soak your corn husks to prepare them for the tamales. You need them to soak up. I'm not really sure how many I'm going to use. Just gently pile them here, which I feel like they barely fit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start preparing the salsa for the green chicken tamales. However, it is impossible to find tomatillos here in Italy, as far as I know. Focus on me. Focus on me. There we go. Okay, so what I did was I thought like maybe I can use salsa verde, which is already like made. They're not as flavorful, so I'm just gonna boil a couple of serranos, and then I have a garlic, and then I'm gonna add a tomato. My mother-in-law had told me to use tomatillos and add 1 tomato. So I'm gonna boil the 3 serranos, the tomato, and the garlic. Let that cook and get soft, and then we'll mix it all together with this sauce. And then the other thing that I'm going to do while that cooks is I'm going to start peeling and chopping some potatoes into little cubes, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this into the red sauce and beef tamales mixture. Obviously I have the recipe written down in my blog, and then you can click on it if you prefer like the written instructions, and then you can like double it or triple it if you need to make more. While I'm chopping this, I just want to ask you if you've ever made tamales before, and I'm also curious to know what your favorite type of tamales are. Do you like the red beef ones? I know that you can make them pork as well. And then my husband wants me to make some cheese and chile tamales, and he had asked me to get some jalapenos, and they were completely sold out. So luckily I have serrano. So but yeah, let me know what your favorite type of tamale is in the comment section below. Also, if you're Italian and you're watching my video, because I know that obviously I'm in Italy, so I know that Italians are finding my videos as well. If you're Italian, let me know if you've ever like tried tamales, or if you've heard of tamales or have never heard of. Jane wants to help She's pretty good with knives. Not that she uses them all the time. Hello, Jane. Are your hands clean, Jane?
Yeah, I just want them.
So Jane is gonna help. You guys keep an eye on her. I'm gonna go check on the chiles. So I want to show you guys how the chicken is like totally ready, because look at how as soon as you pick at it, like it just like breaks apart. I pulled a piece out and I tried it and it's soft and yummy. And then Jane is still working on, my little helper is cutting the potatoes. Jane,
oh my god, I seriously almost
Jane had her stool there and I...
Oh my god, I almost said the back. I couldn't pick myself really bad.
Oh, glad you didn't. Okay, so I got my beef. Let me show you guys. Steamy beef. And then here's the chicken. And I love the flavor of the chicken because I boiled it with the cilantro.
Should already eat it. Is this okay?
It's time to get our masa going. Okay, so I know that there's the other brand, the Maseca brand, I think, or Masteca. I'm not sure the name. I know that I've heard that one is better. Just like went for whatever I could find, which is this one. 5 cups of masa. And here I have my baking powder. It's from the Italian grocery stores. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do 2 tablespoons because I'm afraid of putting...
Maybe it might blow up a lot and then it might start the freeze.
So I'm gonna do, this is 1 cup of shortening, this whole stick.
That's short, that's quite shortening.
I'm gonna do 1.5 cups of these. Here I have my shortening distributed into the masa. I have 2 cups of beef broth from the beef I just cooked. I am going to pour it through the strainer because there's little pieces of onions and chicken still at the bottom. So I'm not sure how much I'm gonna use, but I'm just gonna start off with that much. I think this is right. This is at the right consistency. So we'll see when we put them all together. So I ended up using 3.5 cups of beef broth. Shred this meat. Here's some leftover beef broth I have, so I'm going to pour some. I don't have exact measurements, I just gave it like a little pour. And I just have a little chunk of meat, onion. I'm just gonna toss it in there. And then I'm gonna add some salt. Yeah, but this one, cumin. Cumin, I would say about half a teaspoon. I did end up adding a little bit more of beef broth as well as the pepper broth. So we'll just like try it out and then add more of each depending. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a tablespoon of oil. I'm using avocado oil. We're going to toss our sauce in there. Okay, it's been simmering for about 5 minutes and now I'm going to add the beef. To just let that sit and cook for a little bit, and now I'm going to do our green salsa. So now I'm going to attempt to make the green salsa. So I'm going to open one of these cans to start off. It's a little too, add 2. We're going to add some cumin, a small handful of cilantro. So I added another tablespoon of oil into this. I'm going to add my green salsa now. Okay, now I'm going to add my chicken. I also almost forgot to add the potatoes, and they turned brown because I cut them so long ago, but they should be fine. I also ended up adding the third one of these because it was losing its color and I wanted it to have more of the green color. Okay guys, so I filled up the pot with water already. You know, with this, it's under the steamer part. I'm going to start stacking up my tamales all around. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the masa, gonna smear it. I'm gonna add some potato and meat mixture, and I'm gonna fold one half and the other. I'm gonna fold up the bottom. Wrap this one up here. So just like standing them up, and the top should be open. So I just cut some serrano peppers and I cut some strips of Monterey Jack cheese. If you decide to make this recipe, I say either cut the meat portions in half or double the masa recipe, depending on how many you want. These are for my husband, so I'm gonna burn his ass with these. Okay, so here they all are. I am done and I am super exhausted. My back hurts. This is definitely a group village thing. It is really, and I just want to open it up and check if it's ready so that I can go to bed. Here's the tamal. I'm gonna squat down. I'm gonna open it up. I hope it's ready. I'm not, shouldn't be eating right now, but they look ready. So I'm gonna roll that one more time. I made homemade tamales and masa. So I suggest to eat it with some homemade salsa. I'm a señora now. They're really good. Okay, good night guys. I'll see you in the morning and I'll show you guys what my family thinks of them. They're really hot though, so be careful. Jane is trying her tamal this morning. You like them? You like them? Yeah? Good job! Then I'm going to try the green chicken ones. Well, they didn't even come out green. They actually lost their color.
I'll cut it first.
Because they still have good flavor. I can add some like salsa to the homemade salsa. They're really good too.